Hey everyone, it's Mike from Destinations to Travel coming to you live today from SeaWorld Orlando. Hanging out here at the Dolphin Nursery as we get things started today. Figured while we're here at SeaWorld, we might as well see some of our sea creature friends. Hi Steven. Hello again, Steven. Different Steven. Oh, they're still here. They're coming around again. You can see them swimming around down there. There you go. Coming around to the window and see them swimming underwater too. There you go. So yeah, this is the Dolphin Nursery here. I believe this is a new sign. I think I remember this being behind construction walls last time I was here. I think they added that up in front there. But so we're going to take a lap around SeaWorld. Couple main reasons we're here today. One is because the SeaWorld Seven Seas Food Festival began and is going through May 8th. However, it is only Thursday through Sunday, so I don't get to experience it myself today, but I can show you the booths and some of the menus. Here are some of the highlights that they are offering. Hot mozzarella with cherry tomato bruschetta, that sounds good. Mini churro bites, glazed corned beef. So yeah, Seven Seas Food Festival, again, goes through May 8th, every Thursday through Sunday. And it's one of my favorite events here at SeaWorld. They do such an awesome job. There's so much good food. They have an awesome concert series. They have this sampling lanyards. So you can do a 15-item package for $80. So it comes out to just a little over $5 per item. Or you can do a 10-item package for $65. So about $6.50, or exactly $6.50 an item. So a good deal if you're gonna come and try a lot of the food, which again, they have some really good food for this event, so highly recommend it. Let me catch up on some comments here. Hi Brenda, hey Jack. Patrick says all the sweets. Yes, I agree, they do a really good job with their desserts. And this, what was it? Caribbean spice rum cake looks really good. Also, hi Patrick. Steven asked, what are my favorite attractions at SeaWorld? We're going to talk about a new attraction pretty soon. As I get out there, I'll show you. My favorite attraction, I will say, is still Mako. Probably my favorite roller coaster in the world. So that's going to be my favorite here. Hi, Alan. One other thing I wanted to show you guys on this sign here. They are actually doing Mardi Gras here at SeaWorld. That'll be February 24th to March 6th, which is interesting because it says they're going to have Gulf Coast flavors, but this is obviously overlapping with the Seven Seas Food Festival. So you're going to have, I guess, a couple of different food festivals happening at the same time. There's also going to be a pop-up parade, live music, and a street party. So that should be fun. Here's a look, by the way, at, well, they don't have the lineup up here, but this is the concert series. I think you can, it's reserved seating options. But they do have a concert series for the Seven Seas Food Festival, and they do a really good job with that. So definitely something worth checking out if you're here during the Seven Seas Food Festival, for sure. And you can see some of the decoration here for the food festival as we make our way into the park. And again, right as you enter here, you got more information about the sampling options. And you see they're doing 28 different concerts throughout the food festival. And you can see the first couple of locations for the festival right up here. You got Flamecraft Bar, which is always one of the festival's locations for any of the different events. They just have some special menu items. And then you've got the first booth here, Sunshine Hops. So they're going to have a few special beers on tap. And then as you go around here, you'll see it continues down here with 3, and then 4 and 5 and 6 are just around the corner. But we're actually going to head this way because I have something different I want to talk to you guys about today and show off a little bit. Not me. I'm not showing off myself. I want to show off the new attraction. Here is Flamecraft Bar, by the way. This is always open year-round. Just during the festivals, they have some special offerings as well. Walk through one of my favorite areas of the park here, just this bridge across the waterway. Such a nice walk. It's not even really all that nice of a day out today. It's very cloudy. Temperature is very nice. We're in the mid-70s. But very cloudy, which I don't mind because, you know, blocking the sun for me. By the way, last time we were here was for the holiday celebration here at SeaWorld, which they do an awesome job with. And they open up this festival area back there for that. But that is not open right now. That's where we watched the fireworks from last time. Here is the, I believe it's the Bayside Theater, where they do the concert series for the Seven Seas Food Festival. Yeah, as Patrick points out, it looks so different from Christmas time. Yeah, Christmas, they have this all loaded up with the trees out on the water, which is really, really cool to see. But the main thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is this coaster over here that you see going now. That is Icebreaker. We're going to get a good view of it up here on the bridge, the whole thing. So this is the new coaster here at SeaWorld Orlando. It is not open entirely just yet. It is actually in pass holder previews. So, being an annual pass holder, I got to try it out today. And I actually rode it twice. I did front row, and then I did back row. And I will tell you, it is a different coaster. It's a different experience based on where you sit. It's a lot of fun, though. I really, really like Icebreaker. It's so it was being billed as sort of a step up from a family coaster, and I think that's about as accurate as you can describe it. It's not a family coaster in the sense that it's something like, you know, you're going to take the smallest little kids on, but it isn't intense either. It's not Mako. It's not, you know, any of those really big coasters. It's not, you know, like the Manta and Kraken over here as well. So it's not a super intense ride, but it is a lot of fun. And I definitely recommend it. I think it's a good coaster for, you know, younger kids who want to try out those big intense coasters but aren't quite ready for them just yet. I think it's a good sort of buffer in between. And you might be watching this right now and watching this coaster go and thinking, you know, you're confused as to what you're watching here because it is a very unique new attraction. So the way this works, when you sit down in the coaster in the load platform, you don't have track in front of you. It's very weird to see as you sit down. But the track that you're on actually moves out completely sideways and out onto this main track. And so what you do here is you actually launch backwards first. So you shoot up here, you'll see it get up to probably right around here. And then you go up to this first, not really a loop, there's no actual inversion. The cart turns as you go over that, so you're never upside down on this. But it doesn't quite make it all the way over the top, so we'll watch this one go too. Here it goes now. Here you go. So you'll see it coming, launching back first. And now they're going to shoot back forward. It's actually going to go through another launch up here, but they're not going to go all the way around. So they're actually going to get up near the top and then come back down and go all the way back through over here. Sorry, it's very windy right now too. I'm going to take a step back in case I don't want to drop my phone in the water. But yeah, so they go way up here on that second launch and then they shoot through and then they go over the top. So it's definitely a unique coaster. There's nothing like that I've seen before. And it's a really, really fun experience. So Steven asks, what is my favorite part of this new coaster? I prefer it on the front because that's always my preference, really. But I think my favorite thing about it is sitting in the back and getting all the way up to the top here on that second backwards launch. That is really, really cool. Just after that, you kind of get whipped around a lot around this corner, and then there's obviously more of the track back there as well. Yeah, and I rode it the first time and I thought, okay, I could ride this all day, riding from the front row. Then after the back row, I was like, okay, maybe I need a little bit of a break right now. But it's definitely a very fun new attraction. It does open later this month. I don't remember the exact date, but it'll be opening very soon. Again, in pass holder previews right now. So yeah, next time you come out to SeaWorld Orlando, I definitely recommend checking out Icebreaker. It's a lot of fun. And again, not the most intense coaster, but it's also not, not one of those little, it's not like a barnstormer or something like that. It's a step up from that. And you can see, actually, as we look across the water here, some of the other coasters in this park. So this purple one on the right is Mako. Again, my favorite coaster anywhere. And then I believe that is Manta. No, that's Manta over here. That's Manta, so then this is Kraken. And you can tell that there's obviously a huge size difference between those three coasters and Icebreaker over here. So we're actually going to walk towards Icebreaker. I'll give you a little bit of a closer look at it. And then again, like I pointed out before, here's a good look at the theater over here. This is where they do their concert series. Oh, Steven asked, what do I like most about Mako? So my coaster preference, I'm not big on inversions. I don't like being upside down, and I don't mind it. Motion sickness gets me a little bit after rides like that. So with Mako, it's all about a huge drop right in the beginning, and there's a lot of air time. And no inversions. So that's just my kind of coaster. That's exactly the profile of a coaster that I like. And it's very smooth. And it really just, it makes you feel like you're flying. By the way, here's the merchandise booth for Icebreaker. I'm walking right under the track right now, and I want to show you the entrance over here. So again, right now they're in pass holder preview, so can't just jump on just yet unless you are an annual pass holder. By the way, here they go right now. Let's watch. All right, so that was the first backwards launch. Now they're going to go, and we can't really see. Oh, there you go. You can see them up at the top there. Now they're going to come back down all the way back up here. So yeah, really, really cool experience at the beginning of that attraction. And then here is the entrance. By the way, you do have to put any loose items in a locker. They do have lockers right over here. No charge for the lockers if you're using just for this attraction. And here is the entrance for Icebreaker. Patrick asks, have you done a concert here? Is it comparable to Universal's? Yeah, we saw AJR here back in, it would have been February 2020, like right before everything shut down. And it was awesome. It was really, really good. They get some good names here. I don't know any of the concerts off the top of my head right now. I'm not a huge concert person, so I do remember looking at the list and thinking, there's nobody I really need to go see myself. But, people who are big fans of concerts, I'm sure, would have a lot more that they would be looking forward to coming out and seeing. But yeah, we saw AJR. They were fantastic. And it's a really good venue for a concert over there. It's a really nice setup. By the way, they've leaned in with Icebreaker over here. This whole area is now sort of Arctic. Well, it already was Arctic themed, but they've kind of updated a lot of things. You've got altitude burgers, which we've seen before in previous videos. You've got the Glacier Bar, which they have a new icebreaker themed drink there. You got a big ad for icebreaker over here. And yeah, I'm excited to see what it's like when this actually opens. I'm curious to know what kind of wait times this is going to get. It is a very short ride. It doesn't take very long at all. I would say, I mean, if you go from the moment you sit down in the chair when that track starts moving out, it's probably only a couple of minutes. It's short, but it is a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend checking it out. So let's continue walking around SeaWorld. We'll check out some more of the booths for the Seven Seas Food Festival, which is going to kill me because I can't eat any of it today. So we've got the Mexican market here. As you can see, this is booth number 23. We saw 1 and 2 before we crossed over the bridge. I'm going the wrong way for the correct order of these booths here. Also, this is not entirely on me how crooked this image is right now. I am sort of on a hill, so it's not just me. We got beef barbacoa taco, drunken shrimp tostada, and mini churro bites. The barbacoa taco is calling my name. That sounds really good. And then you got, so there's the Mexican market booth. And then here you got Gulf Coast market. It's like sustainable seafood is the idea here. And by the way, here is the whole map for the event. You can see all of the lists of all the booths here. And you can scan for the menu. There's 24 booths altogether. And here in the Gulf Coast market, we have Gulf Gumbo, Bourbon Barbecue Smoked Pork Po' Boy. Oh, that sounds so good. And beignets. And again, so look at the Gumbo and the Po' Boy, both $9.99. You could buy that lanyard. It was $80 for 15 items, I believe it was. Yes. And then, you know, you're paying just over $5 per item. So you're saving almost 50% right there. Oh, Patrick asked, will I do the blue burger at over at back where we saw Altitude Burger there? I would, 100%. My problem is whenever I'm here, it's almost like there's always a festival going on. So I always want to try the like special limited time stuff. I would try it if I happen to eat lunch here at some point when there's not a festival going on. Yeah, Stephen points out those look delicious. Yeah, they do such a good job with their food offerings during the festivals here. I should mention, we have just entered Sesame Street. It felt like a tonal shift here as we enter. We got this splash play area going today. There's Oscar the Grouch sings to us about trash. This area is fantastic. There's obviously not a lot in the way of big attractions, but if you have kids with you, they're going to love all of these little attractions here. They actually do have some good food. These food trucks here. There's the grilled cheese food truck back there, which I believe had a brisket grilled cheese that was really good. And as always, they do have their meal plan where basically you pay. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but you pay to eat all day. You get a meal every hour. It's a fantastic deal. I can't recommend it enough. Although, if you do want to experience the festivals, like the Seven Seas Food Festival, that wouldn't be included in that. Stephen asked, do they have Hopper's store? So they do have this big store here. And we'll poke in for just a second. This is actually all one building that goes all the way back the length of it here. I don't know if it is. Oh, Hooper's store. I was going to say, when I said Hopper, I was like, that feels wrong. I think it's Hooper. And that was my mistake, not Steven's. And yes, I believe it is. Yeah, here you go. Hooper's. And we've looked through here before. I'm sure they have some new merchandise. I love this Elmo shirt. Just nice and simple. I wonder if they have any Rocco merchandise. Oh, got Elmo dabbing. They've done an awesome job with the merchandise in Sesame Street here. So yeah, here's Hooper's. And they have a whole collection, like we saw that Elmo shirt. There's a Cookie Monster one. Eric was here last week and had fun. That's awesome. So it looks like we've got Abby out here and Rosita, I believe. Could be wrong. If anyone knows their Sesame Street characters better than I do, can help me out with that. So you got a couple photo ops there, which is really cool. Come on, Opie, go to the choo-choo. Go. Go. Here is the Orca Encounter Theater. This is where you'll see the world famous orca show. Oh, Steven asked what characters are the most popular here in Sesame Street. That's a good question. I haven't really spent a lot of time around the characters in here, but I think it's probably safe to assume when they do the parade and things like that, Elmo is going to be the big draw. Big Bird does have a meet and greet out there too that I've seen line for a few times. But they do a really good job because when they have the characters out, there's usually a lot going on. So it spreads the crowds out. So if there's any Sesame Street character you want to meet, you'll have the opportunity to do so. We have the German market as our next booth here. We've got Heritage Pork Schnitzel Slider, Pretzel Bratwurst, that sounds fantastic, and the chocolate dipped foot-long pretzel. I got this the last time, no, maybe not the last time, the first time we came here for the Seven Seas Food Festival. It is delicious, the chocolate-covered pretzel, but it's also a mess because it's a foot-long pretzel on a stick that they dip in chocolate right before you order it. So it's definitely messy. Definitely going to require some napkins, but also delicious. Because how do you go wrong with a chocolate-covered pretzel? All right, so I'm seeing some signs here. We got an Ireland market next, which that's a new one. I haven't seen this before. Curious to see what their menu looks like. And they did a really good job of theming all of the booths this year too. Let's do this. Look how cool this is. Well, what do we got here? We've got, ooh, okay, so this is where you get that glazed corned beef. You got a classic mini shepherd's pie and crispy Reuben egg rolls. That sounds good. And of course, you've got Guinness. Yeah, that sounds really good. This is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to come back and try everything. Next, we've got the Asian market. And we've got some giant panko prawns, crispy pork belly bites, Bingsu salted vanilla ice cream. Whoa, look at that. That's not what I pictured when I heard vanilla salted ice cream. And those are the crispy pork belly bites. That looks really good. Randy just asks, beer? Yeah, there's plenty of it. So here at the Asian market, as you would expect, they have Kirin, the Japanese lager. But there's always at least one at every booth, and that's another thing SeaWorld has been very, very good at with all of these festivals. If you're like me, if you're a fan of craft beers, they always have a bunch of different offerings, a very wide variety. There's always something good. Oh, at the Irish market. Yeah, it was Guinness. They had Guinness over at the Irish market. So the Waterway Grill is another festival location here. And you've got the SeaWorld Thin Pretzel, 12 different rotating draft beers. So right on cue, as I was talking about all the offerings they always have. A frozen watermelon margarita, that sounds great. Pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri. By the way, this is Infinity Falls over here. newer attraction that I still have not tried, because if there's an attraction that's gonna take me a little bit longer to ride, it's gonna be a water ride. I just don't do them very often. I totally need to plan a day to do some of these water rides that I haven't done before. Just, come with my bathing suit and be ready to leave after. But I just never actually plan a day out like that. Next, we've got the Brazilian market. This one I have seen before, although it looks like they upped the theming a little bit, which is really cool. I'll come over to this menu where there's some pictures on here. Okay, so you've got the Brazilian cheese bread, Brazilian picanha steak, which looks really good. And then you've got a passion fruit and mint mousse. You had me until the mint. I'm not a big fan of mint in my desserts. Randy says, at least not in winter, with quotes around winter. Yeah, that's fair. It's not like it's cold out right now, but I could definitely wait for a warmer day to do the water rides. Next, we have the Mediterranean market here. You can get some grilled lamb chop, some berry panna cotta, hummus and garlic kettle chips. Well, look at and again, the prices here. So $9.99, $10.99. So you're saving, again, about $5 if you buy that biggest tasting lanyard. Here is the entrance to Mako. "25-minute wait time for Mako right now. Not too bad at all. For, again, in my opinion, the best coaster anywhere. But I will, once we get past it, I'll turn around and give you guys a better angle of it. And you can just see the sheer size difference between this and Icebreaker, give you an idea of what kind of coaster Icebreaker is. And come around the corner over here, so we have another booth over here as well. The Italian market up ahead. Can't see too much of Mako from over here, but I'll get you a better angle eventually as we go check out the Italian market booth. Also, this is the first time I think I've seen anybody out on these Flamingo boats, these little pedal boats out here. This is really cool. You can see here's the dock right over here. You'd hop on these Flamingo boats, pedal them out. You are limited. You don't have the whole lagoon here, but plenty of space to pedal around. It's pretty cool. Now we've got the Italian market booth here, like I said. We've got some Palermo Fontina cheese meatballs, hot mozzarella and cherry tomato bruschetta, and some tiramisu. Reimagined tiramisu, it says, but don't know. Well, that looks really good. There's the meatballs, the cheese meatballs. And there is the bruschetta. Yeah, see, again, it says reimagined tiramisu. I'm not sure how much you can change tiramisu. Oh, here you go. This is the top of Mako over here. You can see the train going over the top right now. Again, I'll try and get you another look from another angle, but it is a very tall coaster and exactly my kind of coaster. No inversions, just a very big drop that leads to a lot of airtime and a lot of fun. Now, admittedly, we're talking about the Seven Seas Food Festival, and I talk about how great a job they've done with these festivals and how many awesome food offerings they have during them. I haven't really gotten to try a lot of the SeaWorld food that's here year-round. I've never eaten here at Shark's Underwater Grill. There's also Altitude Burger, which we talked about before. There's quite a lot of restaurants that I would like to try here and just haven't gotten a chance to yet, mostly because we are always here during a festival. And actually, right over here at the entrance to Shark's, this is where you'll see, and by the way, the Shark Encounter, where you go through the tunnel, that famous glass tunnel. It's just this way. We can't really do that in the video because I will immediately lose service and the video will cut out. But we can come over here to this tank and see some sharks and rays over here. Patrick says, this is such a tease. We'll need a full review soon of how the food tastes. Yeah, sorry. Believe me, it's hurting me just as much as it is you. I would love to be eating some of this food today. But I'll have to come back for the Seven Seas Food Festival. Again, it goes until May, I believe it was May 8th. So I got plenty of time to come back and try it. And that means you have plenty of time to come out and try the Seven Seas Food Festival here at SeaWorld Orlando as well. And if you would like to start planning your next trip out here, you can head to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com and start planning today. Oh, Stephen asked what kind of sharks are there. Quite a few. There are signs around where you can get information about all of them. And actually, again, back here is the Shark Wreck Reef. This is your shark encounter experience. You can learn all sorts of things about the different sharks they have in there. And there's a lot. There are a lot of different types of sharks in there. Again, I wish I could take you guys in there. What I'll have to do one day is shoot some video and just put that up on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook or something like that, and you guys can check it out after the fact. But if I try to do a video in there, it's going to drop out. I want to show you guys this line of merchandise here, this classic SeaWorld characters merchandise. With all of these old characters on here. I don't know any of their names, although these shirts do have them. Sir Winston Walrus. Also very soft, very nice shirt. And this is $27.99. And you got all of them here. You've got Virgil Pelican. So it's Winston Walrus. You would think the pelican's name would start with a P. But Virgil. Okay. We've got Seymour Sea Lion and Clyde Sea Lion, which these two have their own show at the theater right behind me. So really awesome collection of t-shirts and this towel here with these classic characters. Love it. We got a couple of booths here as well. We got coaster cocktails. So there are 4 coasters in this park, and there's a cocktail for each one. Let's take a look at the menu here. This is really cool. So the icebreaker cocktail is vodka, watermelon, lavender, and lime. Interesting combination. It sounds pretty good, actually. Kraken is monkey shoulder whiskey, almond, orange, and bitters. Manta is some spiced rum, passion fruit puree, hibiscus, and lemonade. That sounds really good. And Mako is tequila, blueberry, pineapple, and citrus. Weirdly, Mako is my favorite coaster and my least favorite cocktail on that list. So I would try all of them, but that one probably. Next, we have the North Atlantic Market. We'll show you this one here. We've got New England lobster and shrimp roll. We've got Newport clam and corn chowder and pan-seared scallops. And again, you do have a couple of craft beers here. Here's a picture of the clam and corn chowder, which usually you have either clam or corn chowder. I guess it's both of them. Same with the lobster and shrimp roll. Oh, sorry. Steven asked, which character do I like the best? I'm a big... Oh, you know what? There's plushes out here, too. Look at this. I'm a big fan of Sir Winston Walrus, I think. He's probably my favorite. Here he is right here. I didn't see a shirt with this penguin. Let me see, is his name on here? No, it doesn't look like it. But there's this penguin wearing a scarf, and then here are Seymour and Clyde, the sea lions. So we've done almost a full lap around here. You can see back, there's the bridge we walked across, back across the water there. You can see Icebreaker just behind it. We're gonna circle around to this little section of the park this way, and we'll finish up going around there. There is another booth up ahead of me, Polynesian Market. So we're gonna come this way. Here is the Sea Lion and Otter Theater. This is where you would see that Seymour and Clyde show that I was mentioning before, although it looks like it might actually be a different show now. They might have changed that without me even noticing. It just says Sea Lion and Otter Spotlight. So no longer Seymour and Clyde. Interesting. All right, so we've come back to this part of the park before in previous videos. This is Pacific Point Reserve back here. This is where you would go and see some of the sea lions. Actually, let's pop back there for just a minute. Started off with some dolphins. Let's see some sea lions as well. It is SeaWorld after all. And that is Kraken just behind this coaster here. This is Kraken. It's looking very vibrant. I don't know if it was closed recently. It looks like it got a new paint job. Maybe some sort of refurb. I'm not sure. Looks very nice though. And I will admit, I've never actually done Kraken or Manta, the other two coasters in this park, because again, I'm not real big on inversion coasters. Motion sickness gets me a little bit. But Mako and Icebreaker, they're going to be a couple of go-tos for me. You can see all the sea lions out here. Very active right now. Look at that. They're all right up close, looking to get fed. You can see it is actually feeding time. They are actually looking to feed a specific sea lion. Andy says, talk to them. Sorry, I don't speak sea lion. Jess does say Kraken is very fun. She is much more of the fan of inversion coasters than I am. So she can speak for me there. That's, if you're a fan of that kind of coaster, Kraken is a good one. Steven says, and a bark to you too. This is one of the cool things about SeaWorld is, you know, obviously you have those great coasters and other fun attractions like that, but I always have this kind of experience too. Oh, it looks like feeding time is over now. Oh, still looking for some last minute food. And then just over here is the theater that we walked past before. This is where they are doing the sea lion and otter show, which I've actually never seen. I'm gonna have to do that at some point. I have done the orca show, which is obviously fantastic. That's, you know, the iconic, really the iconic attraction for SeaWorld. It's what they're known for, but I've never done the sea lion or otter show. We're gonna make a right over here through Antarctica. I believe over in the Key West area, there are some more festival offerings. So we'll see that as we work our way around. This is where you'll find the Empire of the Penguin attraction. This is a fun little family attraction. Trackless ride, which is really cool. Here's the entrance to Empire of the Penguin. Currently listed at a 10-minute wait. Randy says he's been to the Sea Lion and Otter show at the San Antonio Park and it was fun. I've never been to any of the other SeaWorld locations. SeaWorld San Diego is one that's always been on my list as a place I'd like to check out. Obviously, I've never been to San Antonio either, which would be really cool to see. We've got the journey to Atlantis up ahead here. Looks like it is drained right now, so I believe this is closed for a refurbishment. Another water attraction that I have not experienced. Oh yeah, I can actually see them working on it over here. So yeah, Journey to Atlantis, another one on my list. Really need to start planning some water ride kind of days. Also, you don't realize when you first walk in here, or even like when we do the holiday stuff, like in our most recent video from SeaWorld, you don't realize how big this park is. There's just so much more. It just always feels like there's more to explore here. So we got another theater with a show here, Dolphin Adventures. There's your theater right over there. Definitely a lot to experience here at SeaWorld. And as Randy makes a good point here, the San Antonio Park has a full water park attached to it called Aquatica. There is one here in SeaWorld Orlando as well. So it's not just SeaWorld Orlando, it is also Aquatica. There is also Discovery Cove, which is an all-inclusive resort where you come in, you have like a beautiful beach, you have all sorts of animal encounters, and then food and drink included all day long. Have not gotten to experience Discovery Cove myself yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that one day and being able to share some of the experience with you guys. And again, this is SeaWorld Orlando. We're here in Florida, so Gators. Let me see. I'm sure this is just the American alligator, but let me see if we can see the sign here. Yeah, American alligator. So it is just the little guys in this exhibit here, as far as I can see. Obviously, all kinds of animal experiences here at SeaWorld. Randy says, imagine that, Gators in Florida. Yep, of course. And by the way, if you want that sort of animal experience, not too far from here, probably about an hour and a half drive, you've got Busch Gardens Tampa Bay as well, which has all sorts of different animals.
A little bit colder. Blubber layer is
Some
also
really
going
cool
to
animal
allow
experiences
them
over
to
there.
more streamlined, also to be able to have energy for when food is scarce. This side, if you guys have questions,
So the voice you're hearing is coming from one of the animal handlers from over here at this dolphin exhibit here. This is not the same as where we started. That was the Dolphin Nursery. This is the actual full-grown dolphins out here.
But please make sure we are keeping all of our personal items on your side of the ocean railings, and please making sure that our feet are on the ground at all times. But please take good care of yourselves.
You can see some of the dolphins swimming around in there. There is, we walked past the entrance for the underwater viewing area for these dolphins. We've tried to go in there before and the service didn't hold up, so I figured I'd just give you a view from up top. And yeah, you can tell they're so much bigger here in this exhibit than they are the ones we saw at the beginning of this video in the nursery. And you can actually go all down here and get a closer look at the dolphins. But we're gonna head left over here into the Key West area of the park. Hi Jeremy, thanks for joining. Happy to show you guys around SeaWorld Orlando. Especially we were checking out some of the Seven Seas Food Festival booths here today. Looks like the Stingray Lagoon is closed currently. It's behind walls right now. I'm sure they're refurbishing some of it. Another purpose of this, by the way, if you missed it earlier, we were talking about Icebreaker, the new coaster here at SeaWorld Orlando, which is currently in pass holder previews. So I got to experience it for the first time today. I rode it both in the front row and in the back row. Incredibly fun. It's a very fun new coaster. Definitely recommend it. So over here we've got Captain Pete's Island Hot Dogs. Usually they have this as one of the locations for the festivals. They'll have some special offerings that they don't normally have, but I don't see a number on there for the festival this time around. I actually don't see any other booths over here, so maybe there's not. And as you saw earlier, there are stations around the park where you can scan a QR code and you can have the map, or if you have the SeaWorld app, you can open up a map anytime and check out where all of the locations are. I am using my phone to stream for you guys, so I can't check the map. Here's the entrance to Manta, and I haven't seen it go all day, so I don't know if it's open right now. Nope, it is closed. Closed for annual maintenance. Okay. So one of the 3 big coasters is closed right now. So you cannot experience Manta, but Mako and Kraken were both still open. Oh, that makes sense. That's why this whole area back here was walled off. That's why we couldn't cut through that way. But again, Mako and Kraken are both open, and soon Icebreaker will be opening to everyone as well. But if you're an annual pass holder, you can preview it right now. We got some flamingos over here. Interestingly, all gathered up in the corner. I don't know if they were feeding them or if they're... No, it looks like most of them are sleeping. So, I guess they all sleep back in this corner here. All right, we have made it back around to the front of the park. And we're going to wrap things up over here by that SeaWorld Orlando sign. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Again, Seven Seas Food Festival here at SeaWorld Orlando, going into May. I believe it was May 8th was the date. I don't know, I get mixed up with all of the festivals going on all the time. Hard to keep track of the dates for all of them, but I believe May 8th, the final day for the Seven Seas Food Festival. Actually, well, here's that SeaWorld sign I was talking about. But we're gonna wrap up with this map over here that gives you an idea of everything that's going on here at SeaWorld Orlando throughout 2022. So if you're planning a trip to SeaWorld Orlando sometime this year, you can get an idea of what you can expect to see. Here's their 2022 calendar. So right now, I was right, May 8th, Seven Seas Food Festival. Then we've got May 27th to the 5th, September 5th, I should say, Electric Ocean. A summer celebration here. We've got the Craft Beer Festival beginning August 5th until September 5th, which is, again, one of my favorites. We'll definitely be back out to check that out. Howl-O-Scream. We did that for the first time ever here in SeaWorld Orlando this past year. It was fantastic. When I say we, I mean, this was the first time SeaWorld did it here, and it was awesome. They did such a good job with it. I can't wait to see what they do again next year, or this year, I should say. They also do the Halloween Spooktacular, which is sort of the family-friendly Halloween offering. So during the day, you can come and trick or treat, but during, you can see September 10th to October 31st, September 9th to October 31st for Howl-O-Scream. So you'll have two different Halloween offerings. Both of them are great. If you're a fan of the spooky season, Howl-O-Scream is wonderful. And then SeaWorld's Christmas celebration as well, November 11th to December 31st, which it's funny, like I feel like we just did that recently, but they do such an awesome job with the holidays here at this park. So definitely recommend checking that out as well. And there you go. So that is everything coming to SeaWorld in 2022. Again, thank you everyone for joining me on my walk around this park today. Keep an eye out for our next video. Not sure where we'll be just yet, but we'll do something fun again next week. Of course, if you are planning a trip to check out SeaWorld Orlando, head over to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com and we can start planning that trip for you today. And again, thank you everyone, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.